So I'm just learning that you have been working on this movement for a couple days. Okay, bravo. So you're already doing wonderful things. You know, this is a challenging movement. There's a lot going on there, but I think you're doing a lot of great things. So, because it's so new, maybe we can talk about how to make it better, quickly figure some things out. So one of the hardest things I think with haydn is timing and knowing how to breathe, how to finish things, and how to start something. And that often when you're first starting a haydn quartet, it's that aspect that I think can be the hardest. So maybe we can find times where we can breathe as a group. Yeah. But I already like a lot of what you're doing, you know, and you're handling the parts, which are so challenging, you know, and you're getting around so well in just a couple of days. So very impressed. So why don't we go from the top? And speaking of timing, and it's so funny, isn't it? It's right? Maybe say that little half. I think you can enjoy all that stuff. You know, take your time after you finish these little reaches up. I can almost hear like a little slide in there. There's something very, very lighthearted and playful about it. Yeah, I know it's a brand new piece, so maybe we can add a little bit of that character. So can we find out? Let's go from the top. Yeah. know it's so early on, but I think you'll actually improve faster if you guys can get out of your parts and you can listen to what's going on around you even clearer. So this little part, I know you're watching each other. Out of the corner of your eye, watch each other, but help her. Yeah. Sage, right? And Finn and Lena. Okay. So can we just go from the beginning and see if you guys can communicate over here a little bit more? It shouldn't be so stodgy, but maybe like one little gesture. I was talking to the first quartet about trying to avoid being vertical. And this is what happens to a lot of quartets when they're starting out, especially when it's a new piece. That we start getting this way because we want to play together. But then you don't want the audience to be aware of this. That's not so musical, right? They want to hear that. So simple phrasing, try not to go this way, and pay attention to the line, and I think we can avoid that. I wonder if your second phrase can be a little softer. That could be a little softer. I think that's a little darker, right? C and a D flat. Try once again from the opening. And then you have this great little funny line, right? Sorry, I can't even find the score. Okay. Finn, you have this really great little moment. Yeah, no, where is that? I don't see it. Oh, anyway, start from the top. Yeah, good. Now this is where I wanted you to end. Dum, 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 da, 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 da. You know, that's what I mean by breathing. So really finish that. Very nice. Very good. Very good. Can you guys, in the lower voices, this is in bar 6, 7, 8, 9. When you have those 8 notes, can you shape more with her? Right now it's a little bit. You can be a little bit more involved. Can I hear just bar 7, just the outer voices once? Good. Now keep on going. And very linear if you can. And really. So what I mean by phrasing with her is that it's not metronomic, yeah? That you're playing. So can I play that with you? I'm kind of shaking with her. You see that? It's not just. That's a little boring, but. Yeah. And I'm sorry for your name. Your name? Sage. Sage. So can you show how you're shaping that too? Yeah. I was kind of leading you. In a way, you know, it's important for the bass line to help them shape. So did you see how I was kind of shaping? Try it once again and shape it. Good, keep on going. Good, so little haircut, right? So right from there, see if you guys can do that. I want to feel this way. And take a little time. Don't be afraid to end it. That's getting better. Can you play? You have a similar line, don't you? Can you do the same thing with Sage? Let's go to the first place that we started, if that's okay. out there, I didn't always hear, and I think this is one of the most important things you do early on in learning a piece, is focus on balance. Because they need to hear exactly what's important all the time. And so in your rehearsals, you have to make sure that Sage doesn't get covered in her line. And then when somebody else has a line, they don't get covered. Out there, I was, I haven't heard this piece a lot. I was sometimes confused what I wanted to hear. You have to make it so obvious to them. Yeah. Okay, everybody, same place. Communication, like a real conversation, yeah. Try the two others. Where you have put it up. What's our bar number there? Oh, I see. So you're not always playing the trill. So who has the trill bars here? Oh, then the viola. So I only want to hear this line. Then you have yours. Only play if you have that. Yeah. Can we try that? Good. So that's a line that's very important for the audience to hear. Yeah. And I think we can. Be a little livelier, I think, in your articulation. Yeah, now can I hear the 16th lines? This is bar 25. So I only want to hear that. So second violin, cello, viola, and tuba. Good. So we see how seamless we can make it. So maybe it's a strong bar. You gotta bar. Strong bar, lead bar. That might help Yeah, almost. Try it again. And I really want you to think about passing those 16ths over here. So play it over to what's our name? Alex. Hand it over to Alex, and you have to take it. Right? So I want to see how seamless can we make that? That's what's so hard about it, right? So it's like you're handing in a conversation. If you were saying something to Alex, you would talk to him and you would kind of gesture, and then you would say, "Oh," like you would nod, and then you would continue. So you have to communicate that same way with your instruments. Try it. It's getting better. And maybe it doesn't need so much at the start. Yeah. Can we do it one more time, and then we're going to add this stuff. Very nice. That was a great line. Now, so that we have that running theme. Can we try balancing towards that line? So that's going to be a little more than the 16th. Good. Now, let's try to. Yes, I want to hear if you're somebody's always playing that, right? First violin, second violin, first violin, viola. So can that be a little more present? And the 16ths are going to go with that line. Yeah. So let's have our ear on that. Yeah. Try once again. So the other thing that I noticed out there is that you have kind of a similar bow stroke throughout. And I think you can vary that stroke a lot more. So when you have the crescendo in the 16ths, what if you gradually open your bow? Because this is where we get all our shape from, is in the bow, not so much the left hand. So if we go, not so interesting, but that's how we're going to get our shape. And then you guys arrive, so I think it needs that growth somehow. Do you want to try that? So that has to communicate. Now, when second violin, when she's doing that, I think you can help her a little bit more. Your line can be more communicative. Yeah, your accompaniment line. Yeah. Try following her a little bit and really helping her instead of just being right there. I want you to be involved in what she's saying. Two very different things, right? Da-da-dum-tum-tum-tum. So that's the picture you can think about timing and dynamics. The first one, dum-bum-bum-bum. A little bit of time, yeah. Can we just try it? Da-da-dum-bum-bum-bum. Watch your bow, watch your bow. Good. So I don't have the score in front of me. Is that something different? Is there a dynamic in there? What do you have?
It's piano and
forte. Yeah, I was just feeling that. We can really do that. So we have It's a shot. Yeah. So I'd love to see all eyes up and really dive into that. That's what makes it so exciting. It's so unexpected. And haydn does that all the time. You never know what's going to happen next. And you should make the audience, they should be really surprised by that. Yeah. So where's a good spot to start? Can you try that again? Yeah, just do the same spot. We got to it. dramatic, and then all of a sudden. So if you can do something with your motion and show the audience that it's funny. Yeah. It's so serious, so dramatic, and then just like that, on the turn of a dime, it's like playful and a joke, almost like laughter. Very good. So I was helping you move things along a little bit, so that it's again, you want to think about long lines and not get verbal. Especially it's a new piece, so it's very easy to get this way. Kind of get slow. Think about the directions you guys can have. Yeah. Always bring out that line. I always want to hear that. If you have that, give it some life. Yeah. So can we try getting into 75? Can we go back to maybe where the viola and cello have it at 69? And shape your 16ths. Not the same bow stroke. It's kind of shaped. That's what's interesting. So let's do the return. I think I want to hear more of it. Yeah, I'm losing that. I'm hearing mostly 16ths. So play a little bit more there. And then I think the 16ths have to listen to that as well as pass. So I would practice in your rehearsals. You know how we took it apart and we did from job and then we did the 16ths? I would do a little of that in your rehearsal. You probably already have a little bit. But, good. Can you give me a bar number? I'm not sure where I am now. I'm turning the wrong page. Where do we just get to? Yes, right. Let's go back a little bit. Can I go from the forte 86 to 89? Why so serious here? I think you guys can help her shape. Right now it feels just like a dead camera. Maybe you could be a little more involved. A little crescendo right there, and you react to that. You've got to always be responding to each other. That's the key. If it ever just gets this way, we're going to lose interest. But if you're constantly having that dialogue and you're playing off each other and you're leading us, if you have something interesting in your part, you have to. So, let me try that, and I want to get a little more of that from you. Second violin. Yeah. Sorry, I can't follow my score now. This keeps on turning pages. So pick a spot. Take your time. Don't be afraid to end something. That's what's so fun about it. I feel like there's like this nervous energy. Give it a try. Just the cadence. Try a little bit of tapering, kind of relaxing, being let go. And then I really want you to breathe and really give us a final cadence. Yeah, should be a little bit slower. We'll try somewhat of a let go and ease to it. Okay, stop. I'm sorry. We try those two chords. Make sure that you're lifting. Yeah, it's possible. It's still a little pressed. Can you think about actually? What helps me is if I move against my bow a little bit. So if I just go like that, but if I move a little bit this way, so my cello's moving this way. Bow's moving. So for you guys, it's the same thing. Yeah. Try to listen to the resonance.